And welcome back to Let's Play Liberia Victoria 3 Part 2 War Against France. This is the second part of us having a war with France just before we finish the game because we don't like them being in between our two territories and we're gonna just connect that. I feel very ballsy now attacking France and I don't feel like this could go wrong. Could potentially go wrong, but last war went so well that I'm not afraid. In reality, it was not my intention to declare war to France, but they had decided to jump into a war against us because we want to go up against Fudo Toro. So let's see how that goes. And let's pause the game. And so far, can try. Okay, so the bulk of French forces going to be here. Perhaps we need to increase the salary for our military folk so we can have more troops quicker. We'll need quite a few here, but the rest seems quite defendable, so I'm just gonna drop our friend Shadrach here, while Isaac Preston already defending this, but I'm just going to move him here. I don't want the French to move into the Ashanti Ivory Coast region, but I will move Daniel Higgins here. Because it would be desirable to kind of take over Budator as soon as possible, but then we can also expect an attack from French territories here. So those are good to cover. Now, I can see here that Rudolph Jones is gathering his forces in the Niger HQ, so we're gonna keep that going for as long as possible, as we can move his forces in to defend the Ashanti region, which the French will probably be trying to attack. So, here we are, almost ready for the war. Mostly we'll be defending. We'll be trying to win the war of attrition. Our only war goal is here, initially. And then, okay, so the war has started. Let's just quickly drop our forces here, and then we're gonna look for a front, similar to this one, for example, that we can just push in. But that will be after Fuda Toro has been taken over, and we can start shuffling troops around. At the moment, that is not a possibility. I don't think we can build any more barracks. No, we can't. So we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. Let's see if these battles are possible to win. They have way better offense. I don't know where is that coming from. Dominic Falk. Well, I wish you would last name off, Mr. Falk. Okay, let's see what else we have going on here. That's unfortunate. I don't think I have a spare. Wait, we have an army here. Maybe they could do the invading. Let's see. I think that perhaps we can move that army here. And Daniel Higgins could push the offense from here. Yes, okay, so we're defending this front here. There is not much to be afraid. Unfortunately, because of our Messina friends taking lead in the defense, that's a problem here. So we're gonna lose some territory in the mainland, which is very, very unfortunate, obviously. But still, things are looking good on this front, and we're gaining some land here. So that is good. So far, I'm feeling quite optimistic about this war. Let's see if there's any new fronts. Yes, so the new front of the French has been opened here. Oh, French warfare will. Not trench warfare, but defense structures have been unlocked. Defense in depth. I like that. That's essentially 90% of our military power is just being able to defend. So, good. Now, we can move on from military. I don't think we can make any discoveries within the span of the game. So let's go with mass surveillance, I suppose. I don't think we lack any taxation capacity, but hey, works for me. Let's see if we can improve the institutions. Nope. Institutions are at maximum at the moment. Perhaps we can start doing some welfare stuff. Do we need that? I feel like we have quite a decent standard of living as it is. Okay, so we are slowly taking over this area. They're not pushing in here either. So far, it feels like we're winning the war. Handily. Now, once we take over Furatoro, hopefully that will be soon. Yep. Capitulation incoming. We can start pushing the French. And only the French will be our worry in this war. And perhaps we can move Daniel Higgins here into defense. Which front is this? Hopefully it's that one. Nope. Wrong front. Oh. Okay, well, let's move. Yes, that worked. Just as intended. Rudolph Jones. Do we need him? Where do we need him? Yeah, we can use him to stop French here. Okay, Furatoro should capitulate any moment now. And then it will be just between us and the French. Okay, I don't like them invading Ashanti, but on the other hand, perhaps that's not causing us too much trouble. Okay, Furatoro has capitulated, so the war so far is going our way. If we stay on our toes, we can then take away the territories from France as well. I don't like this situation here. Perhaps we can take some of the... Yes. We don't need that much defense. We already have the defensive advantage. Perhaps we can promote Rudolph so he can order around more people. That makes sense. Perhaps not at the moment. But yeah, France seems to be losing much faster than we are. So there's nothing to be worried about right now. The war of attrition is going well for us. Okay. So, where else can we move our troops? Let's move them to this front. I wish it was easier to see which front are the engagements taking place in. So here we are actually invading and losing, I suppose, because they have way more defense than we have offense, but that's fine. We're just gonna quickly switch this general to defense. Wait, are we gonna win in the end? Looks like it. Boom. Failed attack and failed defense. So we... What? We both failed? Okay. I want you to stop fighting. Perhaps it doesn't matter that much. Looks like so far things are going well for us. Let's find another 0-0 front and just keep the offense going. So we occupy the whole region and yes. But at the moment, as we can see, France is losing the war and we can start thinking about... Yeah, I'm happy with banning slavery in Messina as long as they just give us the territory. So let's just go for that. Oh, that's where they pulled their forces. That's fine with me. Okay, they should be... Yes. Okay, so Messina will lose slavery, which I'm perfectly fine with. I would want to do that myself, actually, Messina. But hey, if that takes... if French is what it takes to ban slavery in Messina, then I'm happy with that. Let's Propose the peace, and here we are. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful Liberia. And Furatoro is demanding independence, which we will decline because we fought the French to make sure that you're not independent, and that's how we're going to keep it. So let's just normalize the situation when it comes to taxes and salaries for everyone. Military wages are a bit too high right now, and we have nothing under construction, so we definitely need to change that. What do we have here? Okay, more lumber camps. Lumber seems to be profitable, so let's take advantage of that. What else is going on here? Let's see. Yeah, publicly traded will make it better. And we're lacking silk. So to get more silk, we need more sulfur. We have as many sulfur mines as possible. Let's see if changing. Oh, I did not know that we have that. War machines industries. All right, carry on. Yes, we could use more synthetics plants. More rubber plantations, obviously, as rubber is becoming more and more expensive. More iron mines. Let's take advantage of any situation that we can. Perhaps we can actually expand our construction sectors as well. Oh, there's 500,000 peasants in Volta. Wow. We'll need to develop this place as soon as possible. Okay, what is the best way to do that? Tobacco plantations sounds like a plan. And we can build some rubber plantations as well. And now I just want to quickly prioritize expanding our construction sector. Let's just build that everywhere. We just need to construct as much as possible before the game is over. I just want to get as high GDP per capita as possible. Nope. This needs to be prioritized even higher. Can we find more construction sectors? All of them are here, I suppose. Whoop. Gotcha. Yeah, the construction sectors are being expanded now, going a little bit into the minus, so let's raise the taxes. As surveillance unlocked gives us more taxes, which is great. Let's focus on getting some financial instruments, if that's even possible, before the end of the game. I'm going to assume that it's not, but hey. Something to work towards until the end. Everything is in turmoil. We do have problems with our infrastructure, so let's expand. I'm just gonna bulk expand everything. Quickly build these railways, thank you. What else has problems with market access? Secession movements growing. That is terrible. The French. We have almost 1 million French people in the country. That is a huge problem. But it's the Mossi who are problematic here. Their standard of living is very low, and that's what we're trying to change as soon as possible. For plastics, why not? And we're gonna have to build these railways as well, since we're gonna have a lot of infrastructure being used in that region, such a high population. Let's prioritize these railways. Which are quite quick to construct as it is. And we're building quite fast. So all of these will be finished within a year. So where else do we have a lot of people out of work? Oh wait, this is an uprising. Oh, that is not good. Let's mobilize our military. Just a little bit of military will be enough. Just everyone in Benin and Liberia. And all the generals. Ooh, that's a huge cost. Okay, let's start with Isaac Preston and Shadrach Payne. Perhaps those will be enough. Immediately we're facing issues, but I'm sure they are short term. Oh. We don't need too high military wages. And maybe we can slow the construction down just so that we don't go bankrupt completely. They are worried. That is good. Nobody seems to be keen on defending them. We're just leaning. Prussia is leaning. Our overlord, Prussia, is leaning. Our overlord here then. And are we gonna get a war? Yes, we are. Okay, so I want this front to be because they're all defending on all fronts, so we just need to break one of the fronts as soon as possible. That's gonna be tough. Even if we're fighting these ghost people commanders. But eventually we're gonna break it. The Devil's Paintbrush. Colonel Daniel Higgins' use of delicate machine gun teams in Liberia versus Mossy War has yielded advantageous results in the field of battle, leaving full platoons of enemies dead before they have even reached our lines. Okay, let's get the plus 10 defense. Now we don't need that. This is not a particularly defensive war for us. But it is not going too well. Maybe we can just go on standby for a bit. Wait, what happened here? So they're having a civil war now. Okay. And what do we do about that? Do we just give them freedom because they're fighting with themselves? This is very confusing and buggy. I'm going to bet my bottom dollar that there's not going to be anything happening with this war for ages. Okay, lower the taxes, the salaries, up the taxes a little bit. Not making a lot of money right now. Oh, those interest payments are really biting us. What we're going to do about that? Okay. No more peasants in Benin, but we do have quite a few of them in Hausaland. So let's focus on improving the situation there. Look at that, we can have automatic irrigation. It makes everything much better. Organized slaughterhouses, barbed wire. I'm just gonna preemptively get everything. Chemical fertilizers. Ooh, I like this. All these advanced production methods are now finally available to us. lower the amount of barracks here, since we can't maintain that. And what about infrastructure? It's exactly tip on toe. Okay, so what do we do about this uprising thing? We can't really fight anybody there. So that means we're winning the war, right? So they want a white peace. What does that entail? Now we need to crush the rebellion. We can't just take a peace. This is really stupid. Do we need to promote? So the landowners demand a promotion of Major General Daniel Higgins, touting his history of loyal and effective service. Sure, take it. Caesar Bagby, he's a prominent member of the Social Democratic Party, has accused of gross corruption. He strenuously denied all allegations until damning letters surfaced signed by him. Yeah, you should go. Corruption is bad, okay? Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, now I can crush their secession. Cool. So that has been crushed, but somehow their secessionist state has seceded from me. That is quite stupid. Okay, let's just focus on building up our economy for now. And maybe just before the game ends, we can try. I feel like that's our duty, right? We need to get that state back. Let's just invade them. Quickly, painfully invade them. In the meantime, Lower Volta region, or at least a southern one, could use some... Oh, we don't have as many people there as I expected, but everyone needs a little bit of development, right? Okay, so who... Britain? Why? Okay, we're gonna sway someone too. Prussia. Can only take sides during the opening. Huh. That was a good piece of information to know before we actually got into the war. Well, anyway. Let's just call everyone into war. I'm pretty sure that we can beat back Britain. Ah. Did they back out? Wait. That's not... Ah, we have two Great Britons after all. And this one does not have any border with us. So we have nothing to fear. But fear itself. Right, that makes everything much easier. So if that's the case, maybe we can add some war gold. Ah, we can't because we're almost done. I feel like I'm late for everything all the time. Okay, let's increase the military wages because obviously we need more troops. To arms. Let's start this war. Probably we're gonna win quite soon. I'm gonna just white peace out with Great Britain and it's gonna be over. Right? Oh, they're a non-negotiating party. So So that means we're gonna just take over this whole thing quickly and worry-free. Capitulation incoming. Any moment now. Any moment. We build something in the meantime. Now we're building something, but we'll be building more things. Here we have almost 200,000 peasants not doing much. So let's just improve the paper mills. Yeah, we got all of the best production methods here. More shirt factories, more chair factories. Everything. And Mossy is very well on its way to capitulate. Almost back on track. It's just that the budget is going to be a very difficult thing to somehow manage, since we're really paying a lot of interest right now. Lots of military wages and goods for military buildings. But yeah, capitulation incoming. Just before the game ends, we're going to reunite our fragmented country. Here we go. And there's peace in our time. This will definitely be the last game we're gonna play in this series. And I'm glad to see that Liberia is doing well at the end of it. Let's just make sure that the whole country is doing well. I don't understand why we have so many issues here. Perhaps it's due to infrastructure levels. Yeah, we need to incorporate all of these lands as well. So let's focus on improving this area instead. Hausaland. So more tobacco plantations, more farms. Food seems to be very profitable, so why not? Let's just build as much as possible, so we have as much GDP per capita as we can. Radio machine manufacturers working at full speed, not that profitable. Seems like sticking to resources is not a bad idea at the end of the day. We have munitions factories. Let's switch to something more modern. I'm just gonna do away with it. Make shirts, not war. Okay, let's lower the salary so we can keep making everything. I know it's not a good idea to lower bureaucracy salaries, but in this case it's the best way to go about it, since we just want to keep building more and more things before the game ends. We have a couple of months left, so hopefully most of this will be finished by the end of it. Almost at #1 GDP in the world. But when it comes to GDP per capita, #2. Pretty good. Montenegro. What are you doing? Steel mills. Obviously. It's a shame we didn't get to... Although maybe that's the last war we're gonna fight. Let's vassalize Sokoto. Should we? I'll be damned why not. That's much more fun than just building factories. Okay, Sokoto, get ready. Coming for you. So there are some large countries that might help them out. In the meantime, we're going to call in our conscripts in the Niger HQ. Maybe we should increase the salaries for soldiers as well. As long as we're not losing too much money, it should be fine. And are they worried? They are fearful indeed. Okay, France has joined the fray. That's fine. We're not afraid of the French. Not anymore. Okay, let's just lower our industrial expansion so that we can save some money. I don't want everybody paying everything they have in taxes. Okay, now they're cocky. Oh. Can we get something from France? Maybe we could just get this region. French Timbuktu. Let's get that. Just, you know, maybe. Why not, if it goes well? Okay, and let's mobilize some generals. Can probably push that front. Although, no, maybe let's just defend it just in case. The 0 fronts should be pushed. I think this one can be pushed for sure. Of course, we're going to occupy Sokoto very soon. Okay, so it's France against us once again. And already the war is going quite well. There are none of the fronts the French are taking seriously, so that is good. That means we can just easily occupy the whole of northern Nigeria here and move into their territory as well. Come on, just 10 more days left in the game, and we are done, finally. Well, it's a shame that we didn't get more territory before we were done, but went quite well. Let's see, so weekly GDP, almost 3,200,000. Standard of living reached the heights around mid-game and then just kept fluctuating. That's fine. Prestige increasing over time. We never quite became a major power, but we were fighting the #1 major power in Europe. So you tell me if we were a major power. Population-wise, 16 million, so 16-fold increase from the start of the game. Now I know, of course, you could do much better than this. Obviously, if you min-max and use all of the best strategies available, you can get much further than that. What I was trying to do is to just have a chill game and don't worry about too many things and just kind of play the way it feels best rather than the way it is actually best. Because when you always min-max, the thing about it is that the only thing that matters is what you want to make max. And you can always find better ways to do something, of course, but usually games become quite boring, and I like to keep the game kind of flowing a little bit on what do I feel like doing, because that keeps it interesting. Either way, I'm quite happy because we did in the end achieve somewhat a goal, which is we unified this region here throughout our game. Liberia is quite big and it has quite a few vassals around, and we pretty much kicked out France out of West Africa. So that's nothing to scoff at. I'm really happy with this game, and I'm glad to end it on this note. So thank you for watching, and come back for my next series. Thank you and good night.